this episode of the Breaks Music Show, The Singles, we have the privilege of interviewing gospel award-winning international recording artist Daphne Hilton, a native of Miami, but now living in Atlanta, Georgia. We'll hear Ed Steele's interview with Daphne right after this.
Hi there, I want to let you know about an exciting podcast called The Breaks Music Show. So what is The Breaks Music Show? The Breaks Music Show is America's most informative new radio show highlighting the world's best unsigned artists. Be sure to find us on your favorite podcast platform as well as YouTube, Rumble, Twitter and more. Remember, every Friday is when you can hear interviews and music from 3 of the best unsigned artists in the world. The Breaks Music Show is a Grebo Inc. production.
Welcome to the Breaks Music Show. I'm your host, Ed Steele. Tonight we're joined with Daphne Hilton. She's contacting us from Atlanta, Georgia tonight. Daphne, hello. Welcome to the show.
Hello, and thank you so much for having me. My goodness.
Now, Daphne, you and I, we were talking just a little bit ago before the show started, and let me just say, you have the most bubbly personality. I love it. That's got to be infectious for everybody around you.
You know what it is? For me, I just believe in the glass is always halfway full. And I have to bring that energy every time I come in someone's presence. So I'm really excited about just life right now, especially with so much have been going on these last couple of days.
All right, Daphne. Daphne, like I said, Daphne Hilton, who we're speaking with tonight. She's from Atlanta, Georgia. All right, Daphne, for the people that don't know you out there, what kind of music do you sing and how did your music come about?
Oh, goodness. Well, you guys, I am a contemporary gospel artist. Actually, I sing multi-genres, but my main genre is contemporary gospel. And I've come out of a family of singers and musicians, been singing forever. My mom had a group, my dad had a group, they had a record label. So music and music industry has been in my blood since I've been in on this earth, I guess.
Well, I would say you're definitely off to a right start there. Now, when was your first performance and how old were you?
Oh my goodness. I was probably about, I'm going to say 4. And I was standing in a chair and I was singing, "Hush, hush, somebody's calling your name."
That you remember that well, don't you?
Yes.
Now, do you still sing that song or not?
Well, it's really old. And for me to be that age, and I just used to love the song, and everyone used to say, how would this little girl love this old song like this? And every now and then I still sing it, but you know, it's something that is ingrained in me. Hush, hush, be quiet, get somewhere and get still, because somebody's calling your name.
It's the Breaks Music Show. We're speaking with Daphne Hilton. She's phoning it in tonight from Atlanta, Georgia. Now, Daphne, we're going to play a song here in a couple of moments. Can you set this song up for us before we play it? It's I Call Him Mine. What is that all about?
Well, this song, that's amazing that you asked me that, especially when Mother's Day getting ready to come up in this month of May. But it's a song that my mom used to sing. My mom used to sing this song when I was a little girl, and they would have rehearsal in our living room. And I would sit on the floor and just listen to them sing this song. And so when I wrote and produced my project, I wanted to give back and dedicate that song to her. So I Call Him Mine is actually an old Caravan song that's written by Mr. James Herndon, and the song I Call Him Mine. And I just wanted to dedicate that to my mom.
It's the Breaks Music Show. We're speaking with Daphne Hilton, and here is that song, I Call Him Mine.
When I was a little girl, my mama used to sing this song, but she's gone on to be with the Lord now. So mama, this is for you. Loving and kind, that's why he is to me, patient and true. So tell me, can't you see why I love him? That's why I call him mine.
It's the Breaks Music Show. I'm your host, Ed Steele. We are joined with Daphne Hilton in studio tonight, and we just heard her song, I Call Him Mine. And we're going to have a couple of more of her songs coming up here in just a little bit. But before we do that, we're going to talk a little bit more to Daphne Hilton. All right, Daphne, tell us about your latest project. What is going on with you right now?
Well, actually, you guys, I'm in the studio right now laying the last 2 tracks of my next project that's coming out. We haven't titled the project yet, but me and my producer, Dexter St. Jacques, we've been really working close to get this project done. It's totally different from the Grace Child project, totally different. So we're embarking on something new and a new sound, so I'm excited about it.
Now, your producer, Dexter, you just made reference to a couple of moments ago. How long have you guys worked together?
Oh, goodness. Well, let's see here. I think I met Dexter about in 2000, maybe 14. And he always told his wife and I toured together. And he told his wife, I want to work with her. And he kept saying, I want to work with her. So I said, you know what? Let's do it. So in 2016, when I released, we did a couple of Christmas songs together, and then I released All of Me, and Dexter produced that for me.
It's the Breaks Music Show. We're speaking with Daphne Hilton. And Daphne, is there a certain theme onto the new album that you're working on?
Actually, it is. It's eclectic worship. It's mostly Christian contemporary CCM sound with the just a little flair of Daphne in it, because I'm very eclectic. And so we're gonna have, it's a lot of worship, but it's different types of genres of worship.
Now, you like the eclectic sound, so that's awesome. There's nothing wrong with variety. Variety is the spice of life, is what they say.
Yes.
I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to play another song right now from you. It's Daphne Hilton. This is Every Day on the Breaks Music Show.
I wake up and I say thank you, and I thank you for a day I never seen before. That is why I lift my hands and praise you, and I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad that you're in my life. Every day I wake up and I say thank you. I thank you for a day I never seen before. I lift my hands and praise you, and I'm so glad that you're in my life. I'm so glad you're in my life. Every time I wake up and I say thank you. Never seen before. That is why my hands and praise you. Oh Lord, and I'm so glad you're in my life. Ooh, yes I am, Jesus. Thank you for again and again. Oh God, yes, oh God. I thank you for the air I breathe, for keeping me.
It's the Breaks Music Show. I'm your host, Ed Steele, and Daphne Hilton joining us in studio today. And you bet, more coming up from her in just a moment.
Hey everyone, Nikki Young here, host of the international true crime podcast, Serial Napper. Let me guide you through some of the craziest true crime stories you've never heard of. Add in a dash of creepy, spooky, and weird, and you've got Serial Napper. I cover a new case each week, some of them unsolved, so I also host a monthly chat where we go through the evidence, the suspects, and theories. You don't want to miss this. Serial Napper is available on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
It's the Breaks Music Show. I'm your host, Ed Steele, and we are talking with Daphne Hilton. And she's coming to us from Atlanta, Georgia. Heard a couple of songs from her. I Call Him Mine, and Also Weird Every Day. But we got another song we're going to do from her just in a couple of minutes. But Daphne, before we go any further, what is one of the most memorable shows you have ever done in your career?
Well, since you asked that question, I actually did Wednesday Wind Down here in Atlanta, Georgia. And that was one of the most, oh my God, it was a great experience because I was the only gospel artist on the platform with R&B artists, rap artists. So I was really honored to be asked to actually to be a part of that. It was so many people, and they have it every year outside at in East Point, Atlanta. So it was just such a great experience, and to be able to share God's word and the good news of God to people that may not even go to church, may not even know anything about the good news. So that was a great opportunity. And I even asked the promoter, I said, hey, do you want me to sing maybe some R&B? He was like, no, I need you to sing your music. So that was an honor for me, and it was a great experience.
It's Daphne Hilton on the Breaks Music Show. And what is planned for Daphne Hilton for the year 2021?
Well, right now, we're planning, actually, I'm planning another virtual tour, and it's called the KS Grace Tour with several other artists that are going to be a part of it. One that you guys are probably going to meet eventually, Calandra Gant, but we are actually scheduling a virtual tour, and it's going to be great. We did one last year. Since COVID, we had to cancel our actual tour. So to continue to keep our fans abreast and to give them some good music and, just to continue to engage, we decided to do those virtual tours.
Now, for the virtual tour that you're talking about, can you give us some kind of time frame when those might be taking place?
We're working on probably August, no later than September, because we want to get it before all the kids get back in school, and so we'll have some people coming in, but we'll be mostly virtual.
It's the Breaks Music Show. We're speaking with Daphne Hilton, and let's do her third song, Sweeter Than, on the Breaks Music Show.
Before I knew you were in my life. Your mighty hand was always there. You protected me from the enemy, things I couldn't see. I said that you will always be there. Your words will never fail, and with you my life will never be the same. Lord, you are sweeter than the honey in the honeycomb. You are, you are, you are honey in the honeycomb. Oh Lord, you are than the honey in the honeycomb. You are, you are, you are honey in the honeycomb. Before I knew you were there for me. Through danger seen and unseen, you made a ways throughout my days. You're my saving grace, and you would always be there. Your word will never fail. With you, my life will never be the same. Oh Lord, you are, you are, you are. Honey in the honeycomb. Lord, you are. Sweeter than the honey in the honeycomb. Lord, you're so sweet. Honey in the honeycomb. Whoa, whoa. Sweeter than the honey in the honeycomb. Sweeter than this life. Life is everlasting. Sweeter than a house on a hill. Sweeter than $1 million bill. Sweeter than this love. Your love is unconditional. Oh, yeah. Sweeter than a golden hammer ring. Sweeter than a happy birthday. Sweet. So sweet. Oh, yes, you are, God. Sweeter than the honey in the honeycomb. You are, you are, you are. So sweet. You are. Honeycomb. Sweeter than this joy. Your joy is unspeakable. Sweeter than a chocolate sister girl. With her locks, her smile, her curl. Sweeter than my ability. Sweeter than my ability. Sweeter than a ice cold brother. With a silhouette like no other. Sweet. So sweet. Oh, yeah. Sweeter than the honey in the honeycomb. Oh, God, you're so sweet. So sweet. Sweeter than the honey in the honeycomb. Oh, and I love you that much.
It's the Breaks Music Show, and we are speaking with Daphne Hilton from Atlanta, Georgia tonight. We've heard 3 of her songs, and, well, Daphne, before we get out of here, first of all, thank you for being on the show, and how can people find you and your music?
Well, if you just Google Daphne with the Y, Daphney Hilton, you can find me on social media. All social media is Daphne Hilton. You can find me on my website, Daphne Hilton. Daphne like Daphne, Daphney Hilton, like the Hilton Hotel, and .com. So just Google Daphne Hilton with the Y, so you'll find me.
There you go. You are definitely meant to be found. And before we get out of here, is there something you'd like to share with our audience?
Yes, thank you for asking. I appreciate it. I'm so honored. Never give up on your dreams. It doesn't matter how young you are, how old you are. Never give up on your dreams. It's never too late. If God gave you that dream, believe that it will be manifested in due time. So always believe that. It's not going to come easy, but it will come. You just have to keep pressing and keep believing and know that it will happen.
All right, Daphne, thank you very much. Daphne Hilton on the Breaks Music Show.
Thank you guys.
We have more coming up for you here in just a moment. Calling all unsigned independent bands and musicians. The Breaks Music Show is looking for you to be on our show. The Breaks Music Show is a new podcast that features one artist each week in their own 20-minute interview segment with 3 of their songs played on air. Hosted by yours truly, Ed Steele. The Breaks Music Show is positioned to be the best podcast for unsigned artists worldwide. To be considered for the Breaks Music Show, go to breaksmusicshow.com. Click on the Give Me a Break tab and complete the application. Also, be sure to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite platform and subscribe to our social media channels and mailing list. The Breaks Music Show is a Grebo Inc. production.